Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my SeaquestriaFest 2024 Day 2 video. Roar! Yes. So, good news is that today it's like basically, well, I didn't have, my first panel was at 10:30, so I had a little bit of an opportunity to chill and not get up quite so early. Which I do have to say is kind of the bad thing on the first day, because the opening ceremony started, I think it was at like 8:30 or so, so yeah, so it was good to be able to sleep in a little bit, you know, not be so rushed, shall we say, and be able to prepare maybe just a little bit for some of my panels. Anyway, so yes, my first panel, The World of Maritime Bay 2024, Magic, Mystery, and Ponies. Yay! That actually went pretty well. I must admit, this and the following panel, I must admit I've been worried about, because I've never been able to finish them on time when I'm rehearsing them, and by a pretty big amount too. I think it's the next one that's the one that I really run out of time in. But I guess it's like when I only get one shot at it, it's like, instead of trying to do it like 5 times and I just lose track of how many times I'm doing it, well, I guess then I guess it's okay. And even, you know, the guy actually said, it's like, wow, you are always on time. So, wow, it's like, yeah, I must admit, it's kind of by luck, I have to admit. But yeah, but I actually finished that one on time, and there was some time for some Q&A. Had a few questions, and that was okay. I mean, I actually had some questions during the actual panel and stuff, which I do have to say is a new thing for me, because normally when I make my so-called focus on analysis videos, I'm basically doing what I'm doing now, which is I sit in front of the camera and or the microphone and just talk. It's like, it's not like there's people who are asking me questions while I'm doing this, and I'm like, yeah, I must admit, sometimes I feel like I need to handle that a little bit better in some ways, shall we say, because it's like, yeah, that was an interesting point, but it's sort of a thing. But still, it's good that people were interested, but I guess this is a good sign. It means that they were paying attention and were actually, you know, interested in stuff. As kind of the Mythbusters said when they used to get some, shall we say, not very flattering comments about things, and like, oh, you don't know what you're doing, you know, and stuff. And it's like, well, it means that it means we're doing our job, because people are being engaged and are actually thinking about what we're doing. So, but yeah, but in any case, that panel actually went pretty well. I think people enjoyed it, and overall, that went okay. And I would have liked to have gone to the How to Become a Pegasus, the similarities in the Pegasi of Equestria and human aviation, because I'm basically a wannabe pilot, as I actually told the guy at one point. But as I also told him, I would have liked to have come to this panel, but I had a panel of my own, so... But did manage to catch like the last 10 minutes or so, and it looks like he was actually doing a pretty good job of it. Because, yeah, he's comparing, like, you know, the Pegasi, you know, how did they, you know, like, their rules and, like, our rules. Like, Pegasi can apparently fly around anywhere they want and stuff, while as we have, I forget what they're called, but they're like, no, I can't remember what they're called. One of those, you know, big, you know, acronym things and stuff, but yeah, basically air, like, defense zones, and, like, if you go in that zone, you first get a warning, and then if you don't answer that, they send the F-16s after you, so, so those kinds of things, and also becoming a pilot, and, you know, those sorts of things. And again, I really wish I had been able to go to that panel, because I've thought about it, but it's definitely one of those things that you have to be dedicated to it, because you can't just be like, oh, you know what, I'll just be a pilot, okay. That there's a lot of a lot of expense off the bat, even just learning it, and a lot of dedication, because you have a lot of things to learn, and etc, which I'm sure none of you are really that interested in at the moment. So but yeah, but I guess the interesting thing is that after the panel, he was actually chatting with some guy, I think who was from the Space Force. So, I think, yeah, he works for NASA. And yeah, I didn't honestly really get his job at NASA because that was at the beginning of the panel, and all that stuff. But yeah, they were talking, and I was sort of at some, and eventually I kind of talked with them as well, because I told them, it's like, yeah, I'm a wannabe pilot, and, you know, but even so, there were certain things that I could, you know, understand, and we could relate to and stuff, and we just sat and talked about pilots and aircraft and stuff for like 40 minutes, and it was kind of nice. So, and he definitely, I didn't catch the whole of this panel, but I could tell that he did a pretty good job of it. So, congratulations. Then, of course, was the lunch break, and I will find these vehicles and I will strap them to the ground. And then I will weld a muffler onto them. Sorry, it's just kind of annoying. I think that, you know, again, because yeah, back home there's this car, not quite these cars, I think it's a Mustang. Its engine is so loud, I hear it start from inside my house from like a block away, from like a block to half a block away. And yeah, it's not that big video, it's just that sort of like, it's like a rumbling noise in the background, but it's still kind of annoying. So, grrr. But anyway, yeah, the lunch break, well, actually, I was talking to the guy during most of what was the lunch break, so I kind of was like, I was kind of wanted to go to at first the Felix Forum, because I have very thick armor and I don't like taking it off. But after all that, and Ellie, who, one of the voice actors, has been here the last 2 years, is not here this year, and she was actually a big part of the Felix Forum, and I kind of would have liked to, if she had been part of it, I might have been more motivated to go to it, but yeah, I decided, nah, I don't really want to do that. So basically I came back here to the hotel room, I ate lunch and stuff, and then I just had a nap in between, sort of the gap between that and the next thing, which was the plushie meet and greet. Which is kind of an interesting idea, which is everybody brings their plushies and they just put them on a big giant table, and then they take a picture of all the plushies and stuff. And it was in Subway, and I arrived pretty much at the time they said to come, and apparently they were still been setting up for probably who knows how long, probably like probably longer than this. And I still sat in line a little bit for probably a couple minutes or so before they finally found a place for all my plushies. I brought my Blue Star Brody OC and my the two Royal Sister beanies by Peruser of Pieces. Actually, they're all by Peruser of Pieces. And and it was kind of an interesting, but still, I was almost gonna say odd experience, but I kind of liked it. I mean, it was cool to see everyone's plushies and see how many of them there were, but it still was kind of like, okay, like it's cramped in here, and you know, trying to find a place for the plushies and all that stuff, and it was kind of like, it probably took total time of half an hour to put all these plushies at the table, and then probably like 5 or 10 minutes for everyone to get their plushies back. So I'm pretty sure there's a picture on Twitter somewhere, which I will put in the description below, because I could, it's like, I should edit these videos and put images and stuff here, but these in some ways are just kind of casual vlog videos, so oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, that reminds me that if you've been on my channel, or that, yeah, if you've seen the videos on my channel, you've probably already seen the video of the Aquatic Friends video, which you know, it's just, you know, it's like, I spotted some dolphins, yay! Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're dolphins because I've seen, you know, their tails and they look dolphin-like, and there is on some of these windows on these things, they have like these things like facts about bottlenose dolphins, and I was like, oh, why is that? And then, because, oh, there's dolphins out there. So yeah, I actually took that video from basically where I am now, and thank goodness for gyroscopic stabilizers in the camera, because otherwise there's no way that would have came out. So yeah, that was completely handheld, because yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, because long story short is, setting up the tripod and all that stuff would have been kind of difficult, and I didn't really have the time to, because it's like, because I look out the window in the morning, oh look, dolphins! Quick, go get the camera and see what pictures and video I can take before they go away. So, so I kind of like that. That's just fun and stuff. I mean, again, you can't really see very much, but it's like still, aw, dolphins. But anyway, yes. So yeah. So again, kind of just hung out in the hotel room and had a nap and stuff, waiting for the 25,000 bit pyramid. It's like, that was honestly pretty good. It's actually, good old fashioned classic game show, Ponified and all that. It's like, that's always fun. Oh, yeah. It's like, unfortunately, yes, I skipped most of it last year because unfortunately I went berserk and was just, napping for most of the time in my hotel room, which I've tried to avoid this time. And like, okay, I'm gonna go to this panel, and this panel, and then after 5, everything stops, and then I can do whatever I want in some ways. Which I think honestly has been working out. But anyway, to the 25,000 bit pyramid, that it was actually pretty good, and it was funny, and there were definitely some moments where things kind of almost feel like they go off the rails a little bit. But overall, it was fun. There was kind of a funny moment for me where one of the mascots, who was basically almost being like the one of the contestants almost, it's like she had like this, I guess it was like a rubber starfish or something, and she was like, they were using it almost like as a coin at one point, and the other was that they were throwing out into the audience to like who's gonna be the next person up. And at one point she's actually throwing it, backwards behind her so she can't see where it's going, and it's like, I see it coming straight towards my camera, and it's like, yeah, in some ways I probably shouldn't have done that, but yeah, it's coming, but fortunately it like dives downward just before it's like, I swear it was heading straight towards the camera. Unfortunately, somebody caught it beforehand, and unfortunately I go before, it's like, I was thinking, it's like, you know what, please don't hit my camera. And then unfortunately I'll also say, it's like, and then she says, oh, did someone not catch it? It's like, yeah, they did, but it was, but my camera was right in its path, so. And there's parts of me that feel kind of bad about it, because, yeah, in some ways it wasn't that big of a deal, but truly, when I see a relatively, quote unquote, when I see an object moving towards my camera, especially when it's on a tripod and basically sitting like 7 feet up in the air, yeah, I get nervous, because I must admit again, this probably wouldn't have happened, but the worst case scenario is it hits the camera at the very top of the tripod, and the whole tripod topples over, and now the camera is basically falling from 7 feet in the air, which would definitely have led to it breaking, possibly complete destruction. So, yeah, that would have been bad. But fortunately, that didn't happen and everything was fine, but it was still kind of funny regardless. And I did check the video myself several times, and yes, it actually was moving towards the camera, and at the last moment just kind of goes like, ka-ching! So, yeah, it was funny, but at the same time, not good, because this camera and all its equipment is rather valuable, and I don't want to see it smashed on the ground. But in any case, that was still a really good panel, and True Blue, pulled it off really successfully, and I look forward to going back again next year. So, roar. And then that was basically the end. So that basically took me to 5, and that was basically the end of my panels, of all the panels and stuff that I wanted to go to. And overall, things were actually, and then basically, let's just say, just hung around the hotel room a little bit, or maybe a lot. But overall, and so, yeah, so that was basically, and I must say again, that I think is working to me, because, yeah, I mean, I've tried to go to the musicians and the concerts, and I must admit, I enjoy some of those, but at the same time, if I stay at them too long and it's too late, I'm almost like amped up like this, and I can't get to sleep, and I will not be ready for my next panel tomorrow. So it's like, as much fun as I enjoy those concerts, I think I'm gonna basically, it's better for me to just stay here, chill out, go get some dinner, maybe prepare for, you know, maybe rehearse my panel, my next and last panel a little bit more, and just chill out. And yes, and again, I think this is working for me because, yeah, I should not be, you know, yeah, okay, during the day, yeah, it's like, no, there's all these cool panels to go to. I can go nap anytime, so I should go to them first, so. But having the time in the evening to just sort of chill out and do whatever is definitely working for me, and it's time to stop with that now, so. So overall, the second day was actually pretty successful. I think my panels went well. I think they enjoyed them. The panels I went to were definitely fun and interesting, and I actually talked with some interesting people, and overall, it's been a good day. And I saw some dolphins too, so roar. So yes, it was a good day. Yeah, I think this con definitely started off a little bit rocky, but now that things are kind of getting into gear and those problems have been resolved, things are going well, and everybody's, I think, having a good time. So, roar! So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing, and until next time, this is Blue Star. Stay strong and pony on. Blue Star out.